Pastor Chuck Morgan will lead us in the invocation.
Father God, we thank you for the love that you have for us and that we get to live in this awesome place. And I thank you for this group of people who love and care about this community, our country, and all that they give. We ask you to bless this time that we enjoy together. Amen.
And if you could please remain standing while Captain Christopher Schofield leads us in the Pledge of Allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Please be seated. Well, first I'd like to thank you all for your patience this evening. The weather, while we much need the rain in Southern California, it has made for some challenges for some of our guests getting here this evening. My name is Tracy Sisson-Phillips. I'm the CEO of the Chamber of Commerce. I would like to take a quick moment to introduce some of our dignitaries in the room this evening. Mayor John Sharkey. Mayor Pro Tem Norm Griffaw. Councilmember Doug Breeze. And Councilmember Ellis Green. Also with us this evening from Congresswoman Julia Brownlee's office is Sandra Delgado. From State Senator Hannah Beth Jackson's office, Ms. Jana Platt. Joining us tonight is our MC, Assemblyman Jeff Gurrell. And joining him this evening is his aide, Amanda Brogy. From Supervisor Kathy Long's office, we have Miss Lauren Bianchi Clemen. Here with us this evening from Naval Base Ventura County is Captain Lawrence Vasquez. And also from NBVC is Command Master Chief Percy Trent. We are also honored to have with us this evening Harbor Commissioners Mary Ann Rooney, current president, and Miss Arlene Frazier. Also with us this evening, who probably needs no introduction, former Mayor of Port Hueneme, Tony Valenti. There he is. Former Mayor Arvine Carpenter. And former Mayor Pro Tem Jim Daniels. And please, if there's anyone that I have forgotten, please raise your hand. And before I forget, former Harbor Commissioner Ray Fosse. There we go. So now, if there's anybody that I have forgotten, please raise your hand or forever hold your peace. All right. Well, it is with great pleasure that I get to introduce to you our Masters of Ceremonies this evening, Assemblyman Jeff Gurrell. Jeff was elected to the California State Assembly in 2010. With experience as a successful small business owner, university adjunct professor, county criminal prosecutor, naval intelligence officer, war veteran, and former aide to the governor, Jeff Gurrell brings a broad spectrum of public and private sector experience to the state capitol. He lives in Camarillo with his wife Laura, daughter Ashley, and son Jack, and are expecting a baby boy in March. I won't say you're done hearing from me for the evening, but you're done for a while. Please, round of applause for Assemblyman Jeff Gurrell.
Thank you, everybody. It's such an honor to be with you here this evening. How's everybody doing? All right, that's great. How about this beautiful weather? We've had passed a drought mitigation bill on the floor of the Assembly yesterday, and I did not know it would go into effect this quickly. I'm taking credit for that already. Isn't that terrible? So we're just like I'm taking credit for the baby that I'm having in 2 weeks. We're very excited about that. But otherwise, my wife, Laura, would have loved to join me this evening. But anyhow, thank you so much. I am your Masters of Ceremonies. This evening, I'm Jeff Gorell, California State Assembly member. I have the honor and pleasure of representing Port Hueneme and so much of Ventura County in district as a state legislator in Sacramento. I am your Master of Ceremonies, but the title as a legislator taking this role up here tonight is probably a better title to be Master of Disaster, because the legislature right now has one of the lowest approval ratings that it's ever had. In fact, it's at about 11% right now. So of your tables of 10 out there, there's probably only one of you out of 10 that thinks I'm doing a competent job. So I just want to take a moment and speak to those people. Thank you. I'm going to buy you a drink. Spread the good word. I got my marching orders as your Master of Ceremonies. Tracy told me 3 things. 1, stick to the script. 2, nothing political. And 3, no twerking. For those of you in the audience that don't know what twerking is, Ray Fosse, just be thankful you don't. And if I do violate any of the 3 things, hope that it's one of the first 2. I love Port Hueneme. I love it for a few different reasons, this community, and I'd like to tell you a few reasons why. First of all, is that in Sacramento, among my colleagues, no one can pronounce it correctly. You see, I would like to cede my time to my gentleman colleague from Oxnard and Port Hueneme. So you are all Huenemeans. It's a pleasure to be with you. So the other reason why I love Port Hueneme is that I'm a naval officer, and I'm a 3rd-generation naval officer, and this is a Navy town. And I feel at home here because there's so many veterans, so many active duty, so many reservists, so many contractors, so many people understand the military life, the military community, the community I grew up on in bases all over the world as the son of a career naval officer. And I just want to tell you that I have my connections here go back many years. My grandfather was a Seabee in the Pacific in World War II, and he hopped from island to island embedded with the Marines. As they blew stuff up, he would fix it. They'd blow up a runway, and he'd go in and fix it. So when he deployed, he actually deployed out of Pendleton, but when he came home through Port Hueneme in 1945. And so the connections to this community and my Navy family go back very, very many years. But I also love Port Hueneme for the amazing people here and the wonderful community that we have that is not just Navy, but is small business. And it is one of the few places left on this beautiful coast that you can live, work, and play and not be a billionaire and not have to live next to Justin Bieber. And that's a great thing. And that's a great thing. And so let's keep that little secret. Because I think that it's probably because no one can pronounce it that they just keep driving by and don't set up shop here. So tonight, as your Master of Ceremonies, I just want to say to you Huenemeans, thank you for having me, and thank you for everything you do for the community, particularly tonight's awardees. It's a true honor to be here. Let's now allow dinner. I've always wanted to say this, allow dinner to be served. Thank you.
The outpouring of support, not just from the community leaders that have been here for a long time, but the new community members that are coming in to support me. We have added 2 to 3 new members a month since I took over a year ago in 3 weeks. 3 weeks from tonight will be my 1-year anniversary in the position. It's been a fun ride, to say the very least. But I don't do it alone. I have a very wonderful board. Armando, thank you for your leadership. Chuck Morgan, thank you so much for your continued support. It's really because of Chuck that I'm here. Marissa Vanderwick from the Holiday Inn Express, thank you so much. And where is he? Will Berg. Do I need to say any more? No, I didn't think so. No, but tonight is not all rest on my shoulders. There were many people. Please give a round of applause to my assistant, Sunny. She's been with me for just about a month, and I haven't made her completely crazy yet, so thank you. But there's still time. I did want to take an opportunity to talk about 2 of the community leaders that we've lost in the last year, Dorothy Ramirez and Powell Greenland. Dorothy, as many of you know, passed last October, definitely a founder of the community of Wainema, very active in the Navy League and in the Chamber, as well as the Historical Society. I did not know her well, had an opportunity to meet her briefly and speak on the phone a couple of times, but what a bright, shining soul. Powell Greenland, accomplished author, wrote many books, 3 books if I'm understanding correctly, related to the early development of the wharf, and also regarding the Bard family in the facility that we're in. So again, another member of our community that we're saddened by their loss. So if we could just take a quick moment of silence in remembrance of 2 citizens of the year that are not celebrating with us this evening. Thank you very much. And really, that's all I've got to say, because you're not here to hear me speak. You're here to recognize the wonderful leaders in our community. So please, Assemblyman Guerrero, I'm going to let you take it back over.
All right. Let's give another round of applause to Tracy. She's doing a fantastic job. Along with the board of directors, the economy is starting to come back, but our local small businesses aren't just going to walk in and sign back up. They have to be, there has to be some leadership. There's some salesmanship. We need to show them the value of participation in the chamber, and Tracy and the board and the members are doing a great job in building this chamber to even greater levels. There are a number of local community leaders in this room that I get the honor of recognizing for just a moment. Past board chairs and citizens of the year who have joined to help celebrate our 2013 award winners tonight. With us this evening, if I may introduce and recognize a couple of our former chairmen of the board for the Hueneme Chamber of Commerce. First of all, Master Chief Jim Daniels, 2006-2007. Where's the Master Chief? There he is. And then Chuck Morgan, 2013 was his turn. Thanks, Chuck. We have here tonight some past recipients of the Citizens of the Year. I'd like to talk to 1963, again, Master Chief Jim Daniels. 1984, Orvine Carpenter. 1996, Tony Valente. Never heard of him. 2000, Dr. William B. Stewart. 2001, Theodore Waddell. And 2007, Barbara Volante. 2010, Mayor John Sharkey. And 2011, Councilmember Doug Breeze. And then 2012, Don Giffa. Those are just a couple of people we want to recognize tonight. We're thankful that they're here tonight to join us in the recognitions that we're going to start to do here shortly. Throughout its 74 years of service to the community, the Hueneme Chamber of Commerce has been a uniting force for this community, and that's without a doubt. 74 years that this organization has been a leader. That's amazing. It is evidenced by those in the room tonight that it has succeeded due to the amazing volunteers who have believed in the Chamber's mission and being a valued resource to the business community while having a positive influence on the local community. Tonight we are honored to recognize 3 members, pillars of this community, who have contributed greatly to the success of Hueneme Chamber of Commerce. To present the 2013 Board Member Service Award, please help me welcome back to the stage Tracy Sisson-Phillips.
Thank you. Our board members serve a 3-year term, and they're allowed to serve, according to our bylaws, consecutively for 2 terms. And we've had 3 board members who have termed out according to our bylaws, so we do want to take an opportunity to recognize them and thank them for their service. First, Ms. Kitty Hurleman. Please come on up. Nope, come on up. Dr. Bill Stewart. And Grandpa Jim Daniels. These 3 individuals have given their time, heart, and soul to keeping the Chamber of Commerce moving forward in the right direction. Kitty served on the board.
I do.
As soon as I look at the plaque, I remember crystal clear, 2007 to 2013. But Dr. Bill and Grandpa Jim, they have a very unique story to the Chamber of Commerce. Both brought here by the military. Grandpa Jim in 1958 and Dr. Bill in 1961. So Uncle Sam brought him here, but Hueneme kept him here. And off and on, as they would travel to and from their deployments overseas, they'd come back. And as soon as they come back, they'd be re-engaged with the Chamber of Commerce. To the point where when the Chamber was having its struggles, they stayed on past their term limits to make sure that we had a complete board. They never balked. They show up to every meeting. They show up to every event. And they're there doing what needs to be done, representing the Chamber of Commerce. So tonight, we would like to recognize them with service plaques. And then I'd also like to announce one of our new programs that we're starting this year, our Chamber Ambassador Program. For Dr. Bill and Grandpa Jim, they are our founding ambassadors. And in addition to their service plaques, apparently I wasn't completely prepared.
We have new name tags with ambassador and our new logo. I know I was sneaky. I'm good at that. And I know you'd love to hug the pretty girls.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Okay, a group of people living in the same place or having a particular characteristic in common. A feeling of fellowship with others as a result of sharing common attitudes, interests, and goals. These are 2 definitions of community found in the Merriam-Webster Dictionary. Tonight we are gathered to recognize and celebrate these individuals who have given more than required of them to this community in which we live to make this a better place. They share a vision and purpose in life, whether they know it or not, that separates them from the average Joe on the street. They genuinely care about our community. They selflessly give of themselves, and they do not do it for recognition. They do it for the community and to improve the quality of life. They do it because it's the only way they know how, and that is to get things done. We've got the various representatives here from various local elected leaders, and we're going to present some awards now. May I please welcome Command Master Chief Larry Sharp from Naval Mobile Construction Battalion 5, who will be presenting the award for Military Person of the Year.
First, I'd like to thank the Chamber of Commerce for recognizing our military members. It's fortunate for me, I just recently received a new check-in to our command, Petty Officer First Class Deanna DeVale. She's coming to us from 1st Naval Construction Group, being recognized as a Sailor of the Year for that command. She competed as Sailor Year at that command, and then subsequently went on and become the Sailor Year for Naval Expeditionary Combat Command. And in March, she will compete for Packed Fleet Sailor of the Year. So a heck of an accomplishment, and I am glad to have her. Professor DeMeo, she was born March 7th, so 1978. She's got a birthday coming up, so happy birthday, BU1. She joined the Navy September 11th of 2002. Her first duty, I won't go through her whole bio, I'll just kind of hit the highlights here. Her first duty station beyond boot camp and A school was a rough one. She got sent to Hawaii right out the gate. Where most of us get some plus duty stations, she really got the good stuff. After finishing that, she went to NMCB 40 right here in Port Hueneme, so she's a return offender, right? She keeps coming back to Port Hueneme. She did deployments to Ramadi, Iraq, and went to Gulfport, Mississippi to help out with Hurricane Katrina and the disaster recovery relief down there. What I really want to focus on is the things she's accomplished at NCG-1, and that's the recognition that she's gotten for being Sailor of the Year for that command and for the type command that's above NCG-1, and hopefully we'll see her be Packed Fleet Sailor of the Year soon. She was leading petty officer for the division quota control. So what that really means is all the battalions that come back here to Homeport, she was the touch point that coordinated all their training to make sure that the 500 plus people per battalion, 3 battalions worth, were getting all their training lined up and all those sailors to the classes that are required to achieve their skill attainment. While doing all that, she found time to volunteer to do collateral duties. She was part of the command assessment team, and that's a very important part for us. That is folks that get down to the deck plate and figure out how the climate of the command is, what's going wrong, what we can do to fix it, and get it right from the deck plate, right from the folks that are getting it done. So a very important job, and she did a great job with that. She's also the assistant command fitness leader, so keeping us all in check and making sure we're getting good PT and staying thin and fit. So that's a lot of work. I think she enjoys that piece, but she did a great job. She's volunteered for Multiple Sclerosis Society. She works for the local food bank. She is just all over the place getting things done. So I'm proud to have her join us in NMCB 5, and I look forward to the things she's going to continue to do, and I am very proud of all the things she has done with the community.
Congratulations, congratulations. I'd like to now invite Captain Larry Vasquez, Commanding Officer, Navy Base Ventura County, to come on up to present the next award, which is Military Person of the Year.
I'd like to go with the honored tradition in the Navy, which is you don't need a captain if you have a Master Chief. So Master Chief Percy Trent is going to do the honors tonight.
Hey, thank you and good evening. Once again, I'd like to thank the Chamber for giving us opportunity to recognize the Servicemen of the Year for the Magoo side. So on the flip side, I'm more of the new check-in, and my recipient, AC1 Campos, has been around the command for a while. So just briefly, he graduated high school in 1999, so that shows how young he is to the Navy and how old I am to the Navy, because I had already embarked on 10 years in the Navy at that point. Joining high school, he joined his service January 2000. He graduated from boot camp and went on to A school in Pensacola, Florida. That must have been a rough life, right? And then from there, his first station, duty station, was in Fallon, Nevada, where he made second class and did some great stuff there. From there, he reported to USS Stennis. Don't know much about that. I'm a CB. All I know is about land. So they said it's a big, great thing out there in the water. Doing great things, numerous qualifications, and moved on from there. In October 2006, he went to sea school and was advanced to Petty Officer First Class as he checked on board Naval Station Lemoore. From that point, 2011 is when we were afforded the opportunity for AC1 to come and be a part of Naval Base Ventura County and be a part of the air traffic controlmen that do great things in the tower. Some of the key high points, he groomed and mentored 20 other air traffic controllers, finishing roughly 36 qualifications. But one of the biggest things I want to bring to your attention is, through his hard dedication and all, they executed over 29,000 mishap-free tower operations. And that's a pretty big deal when you look at everything that's going on. So, true ambassador to the community. He takes time to volunteer at Bard Elementary, Naval Base Ventura County. We sponsor E.O. Green Elementary, where he volunteers his time. And he's been, that subsequently, he was our Sailor of the Year this year, and he's done a great job since I've been here. Please come up, AC1.
Congratulations, shipmate. Congratulations. I'd like to ask Battalion Chief Steve Winter to come on up to present Ventura County Firefighter of the Year. Please welcome him up.
Good evening. I'm here as representative of Ventura County Fire Department. We're kind of in a unique situation in that we get to serve the entire county, but we also get to get embedded deeply in the communities in the county. And it gives us a lot of variety. Engineer Petzold, who we have here tonight as Firefighter of the Year for Battalion 5 in our county system, has been with us for 34 years altogether. He served as a reserve for a long time before he came on permanent. And aside from just his daily duties, Dan, one of the things that makes Dan stand out is his desire to go beyond that. One of his long-term assignments is serving on what we refer to as a bear team, where he actually goes out after big brush fires and helps the community rebuild. It's not the glamour spot. Firefighters by and large, they want to be there for the action. But Dan cares that little bit more, has that depth in his caring, that he serves in that capacity as well. I've known Dan for a number of years, and he's always a treat to work with, always motivated, does a good job, and very well-deserved award for Engineer Petzold.
Great, congratulations, congratulations. I'd like to now invite up Battalion Chief John Atkins. John Atkins to present the Navy Base of Ventura County Firefighter of the Year.
Good evening. I'd also like to thank the Chamber for all the great things they're doing for everybody here tonight. I mean, this is a super event, and it's, you know, at least on the fire side, sometimes it's a thankless job, and it's a really great opportunity every now and then to get recognized. So I want to, my hat's off to all you guys that put this event together. Tonight, my nominee is a local boy. He was born in Oxnard, California. He graduated from Hueneme High School. He earned his fire science degree from Oxnard College, and he currently resides in Camarillo. He's been married to his beautiful wife, Jolene, for the past 15 years. He has 5 children, and he's also a grandpa now, so go grandpa. He's been with Federal Fire for about 19 years now. You know, Captain Ruben Orozco is assigned to Quint 73, Station 73 here at Port Hueneme. And he's responsible for all hazards response, both on the base and occasionally we go outside the gate, as most of you guys have probably seen our trucks out there. Ruben volunteered to take on numerous big programs. One of those, which is he volunteered to be our shipboard coordinator, which if most of you have seen the news, probably in the last year, you saw the big fire we had with the USS Miami about a year ago, and did about $500 million worth of damage on it. So there was a big push on the shipboard side. So Ruben took that program on. He is the liaison between our department, training chief, and all of the ship's captains out there in the port. So he coordinates all the training for our department, and he also coordinates with Oxnard and Ventura County to come on and get some shipboard training, because if, you know, the stuff hits the fan out there, the county guys are coming to help us too. So it's important that we get them trained as well. So he's also coordinated with the local salvage yards and towing companies, and he gets vehicles for us for free. We do auto extrication training on base, and those, you know, he saves us hundreds of dollars a year just by getting those through his contacts. He developed the department's rapid intervention crew, response team, and all that is normally it's a team that stands outside the building. Every time you have 2 people inside, you got to have 2 people outside. That's just kind of the rule of thumb that fire guys live by. And if something goes wrong inside, that team goes inside to help those folks. So he put that program together. He put together the equipment, all the justification for it. We got the funding. We have those kits on our trucks now, and it's a super program because of Ruben. He also coordinated with the Navy Seabees to use, those guys train a lot out there, and they build these little houses. Like in a couple of weeks they build a house, and a couple weeks later they're tearing them down. Well, Ruben went over and said, hey, before you tear them down, can we use those to play with? So he got some great training out there doing roof ventilations and forcible entry and that kind of stuff. And again, saved us a lot of money. You know, he's very resourceful in what he gets done. He also coordinated with the Seabees a few years ago, and they built some roof trainers outside of our firehouse, so we don't have to go look for an old abandoned house all the time to cut a roof. We can do it right in our backyard. So that's the kind of stuff that Ruben does when he's not fighting fires, when he's not out, you know, on a structural fire or a mobile home fire with engine 53, when he's not, you know, freeing trap victims from from a TC Heavy Rescue alongside Engine 62, Engine 66, Engine 53, outside the gate doing his thing. When he's not doing incident commander of a technical rescue operation on board the USS Maersk, Illinois, where an individual fell 32 feet, trapped between a couple of connexes that was three floors below the main deck. You know, that's the kind of stuff he does, he gets paid for. Ruben is a super guy, never asks for anything. He's always the first one to go out there and help put things together. He loves to train. The young kids just adore him. Speaking of the young kids, they just showed up to wish him good luck. So, his accomplishments, his professionalism, and his positive attitude reflect great credit upon himself, the Naval Base Ventura County Fire Department, and the United States Navy. So it's with great pleasure that I introduce our nominee for Firefighter of the Year, Captain Ruben Orozco.